Happy Friday, folks. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan, and this is the Friday LEGO Let's Chat. And this is the 6th and final bag of the Princess Leia Boushh helmet. I believe the set is 75351. There you go. Got a link in chat from Cosmic. Thanks very much, Cosmic. Dan, Cosmic Animal, Low, good to see you all. True Purple, been a minute. Hope you're doing well. And I missed a sub during my tech issues of the pre-show. Low, Prime, subscription for 5 months. Thanks so much, Low. And thanks again for the lovely donation the other day as well. I really appreciate it. So, we have basically all of the helmet part done. It's only the mouthpiece and the stand that's left, and that is what's in these last two bags. So this won't be a very long Lego portion to the afternoon, but we are going to transition into Satisfactory after I finish this. So we will continue to stream for the rest of the day. It's just that the Lego portion is going to be a little bit short because I don't think I want to get into the habit of finishing a Lego set and starting a new one in the same stream. I think I want to have them as separate VODs for the YouTube channel. What's that, you might ask? Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. That's where I archive all the streams. Yeah, I was having an issue before we started with the simple act of moving my mic. Oh, I should have checked for little bags. The simple act of moving my mic on the swivel arm over to my Lego table would stop iTunes, stop the streaming software, and stop my monitor feedback. I don't know why. I blame Windows, I blame Streamlabs desktop, whatever. But yeah, that was my last 5 minutes before the stream starts. And I always check this stuff. Like, I always get everything going about 15 minutes before the stream, you know. Make sure everything's good for when I go live. And of course, the one thing I didn't do was move the mic arm. But why would the mic arm affect anything in the computer? My guess is that it affected the connection at the base of the mic, and then the computer lost the input and the headphone jack and just thought, oh, I know. Rather than just pick that back up when he plugs it back in, I'll just freeze. I won't know how to handle that. We can put people into space, but we can't figure out how to tell computers to just, hey, that thing that you were doing moments ago, keep doing it. Hey, there's a little plaque. Some interesting connections there. Looks like some fun. It's funny, you know, the mental gymnastics that you have to do when you're laying this stuff out, because I have to remember that I have a border of Twitch leaderboard across the top of my stream. If I push things too far forward, they end up being overlapped. That's the one, Cosmic. That's the one. And yeah, technical goblins. Gremlins. It was always gremlins. I think it was gremlins. That was the theory in World War II. There are gremlins in the plains. There's a Warner Brothers cartoon about that, I think. I think it's a Warner Brothers. It might have been actually a Disney cartoon. There was a little while there where Disney cartoons and Warner Brothers cartoons were closer in their tone. Disney actually did a lot of like wartime instructional videos, which I didn't realize until I read the bio. And some bright colors here. Mic stand as a stream deck in disguise. Not in the purchasing description. It seems like we're mostly black and brown for this part of the build. All right, let's see if we can. Obviously, some sturdy pieces that have to go inside. Meaner Stoopier, hello. Hope you're having a good day. I meant gremlins for some reason. I said goblins. Came to the front of my mind. Well, goblins are funnier. I think goblins comes to my mind first because of how much of a fan I am of Lord of the Rings. And when I think goblins, I think like a cross between like goblins in the Lord of the Rings and then goblins like mischievous goblins from Labyrinth. But when I think gremlins, the only thing that comes to mind from gremlins is the 80s films, right? And I think that's probably why I associate goblins as more of like a general concept. Whereas Gremlins is like an IP that I remember from the 80s. It's interesting when you get into these more supportive structures, you go back to using like full Lego blocks, where so much of the modern builds are layers and layers and layers of plates and then some Technic pieces. I feel like the plates are much more popular these days. But then again, I'm not building a lot of vertical structures. I end up building a lot of vehicles like spaceships and models and things. So I wonder if you're building like Lego City houses and those kind of sets, if you end up building with more traditional Lego brick size pieces. Let the Cosmic Kiddos watch Gremlins and 1 and 2 a few weeks ago. Older child, not impressed. Younger child, laughed all the way through. Yeah, I can see that. The first one is kind of gross. I think in the first one, don't they kill a gremlin by putting it in the microwave? And myself and my buddy Scott would have laughed ourselves silly when we were kids when that happened. So the older cosmic kid was not impressed. Was it they just thought it was stupid, or was it more along the lines of like they don't like those kinds of like horror films? I guess technically it's a horror film, right? Kind of flip-flopping between organized tightly and spaced out. That's all the black done. Stupid and cringy, which to be fair, they are at that age. Yeah. Everything is stupid and cringy, including you. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, anything that you like is going to be instantly disliked. Do the Gremlins movies hold up? I haven't seen them in ages. Ages and ages. I'm excited for our next Lego build because that's going to be Ecto 1. Speaking of great 80s films, or I guess I should say classic 80s. Ghostbusters holds up. I've watched Ghostbusters a number of times in the last few years, and Ghostbusters Afterlife was quite good. We did a podcast about that on the Citadel Cafe. Quite enjoyed it. Speaking of the Citadel Cafe, there's a new episode out right now, and a new episode has been edited and pre-published. It will be out early next week. I'm spacing these out a little bit just so that they have a little bit more time to be consumed in between the episodes, but they are all recorded and 2 are edited. I have a 3rd to edit, but it should not be as bad. The first 2 had a lot of issues. Well, the first one had a lot of issues. Yesterday's was pretty good. I'm catching up on a lot of stuff. Here is where we might try to get a little bit fancy with some of these. These are cool little pieces. Slopes. I'm assuming they're probably meant for like castles or architecture type stuff. I could see them being like trim on buildings from like that have that timeless kind of like 1920s vibe to them from Lego Cities. That crow is right outside my window. I'm assuming y'all heard that. Spoiling you? I don't know about spoiling you. Caw, yeah. I should know this. There must be crows and ravens and stuff across the ocean. They can't be just native to North America. The crow is probably local, but ravens must be. SweetSandi, they're there too? That's good to know. I'm glad to know that we're not the only people that have to suffer. Oh, I missed one. They're in the UK. Not as bad as the very noisy and very aggressive seagulls. Oh, we've got seagulls here too. That's a big thing. Although seagulls are mostly down closer to the harbor. They don't really venture. Every once in a while I'll hear a seagull up where I am, but very seldom. They're usually very close to the ocean. And I'm only like a 5-minute walk from the shore. And there's crows in Sweden too. Yeah, it makes sense. I imagine any kind of bird that could have stowed away on a ship at some point. There'd be lots of different populations and versions, and it's funny how local you start to think. Like, you know, you don't really stop to think and say, hey, you know, like, just because, like, I know what chickadees and crows and all that kind of stuff are, but you're just like, wait a minute, have I ever actually looked up to see like where other birds are. Like, you know, from like